Let's see. Hello, hello, check, check. You're not being heard. Yeah, you're not coming through. Okay. I can hear myself on the cast, but I can't hear you.
All right, what about now? Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is the starting screen, so that's probably why you couldn't hear me. I didn't have the audio
Oh,
capture on.
gotcha. That makes sense.
But
Okay.
we can now go live. Whoa, look at that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're uh we're on Twitch.
We're on Twitch.
Oops.
It's been a second.
Oh yeah, it's been an entire week. We missed Saturday. We actually had a good reason for missing this time. Uh Daniel, you want to go ahead and explain why we missed?
So, I got into a very small car accident. um, Nothing major. I'm sure you saw the picture that I sent you there,
Yeah, I saw it.
and yeah, it's very very minuscule. First accident I've ever been in, by the way. So I was a virgin, so to speak, and I'm driving back from my parents' house, and there's two trucks in front of me. The truck directly in front of me is a white Ford driving like an asshole. Um, I drive a little bit of a sporty car, it has a turbo, so I'm also driving like a little bit of an asshole trying to stay up with this Ford that's in front of me. And there's a truck in front of that guy that's hauling a bunch of garbage. So he has a bunch of garbage bags, and they're full of trash and shit. Anyway, I see the truck directly in front of me swerve into oncoming traffic. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then, before I even had any time to react, a trash bag full of bottles hits my front bumper. And I was pissed, right? So I was like, what the fuck? So I passed this guy, the guy carrying trash,
Give him a
because the
thumbs
four,
down as you're passing.
yeah. My thumb was somewhere. um, and I passed him, got way out in front of him, and then pulled over to the side to inspect my vehicle, make sure that nothing was damaged. And that's when I noticed my bumper was kind of popped out. And so I followed this guy honking the whole time. I'm directly behind him. I'm honking the whole time. Like, the fuck, dude, pull over. Anyway, I follow him all the way to the scale and to the dump, right? And you have to like weigh your vehicle before you go into the dump or whatever. And this lady that's managing the scale gets mad at me because two vehicles are on the scale. And she's like, "Sir, you can't do that. You have to be." And I tell her, "Hey, oh, I'm not dealing with you right now. Hold on."
Shut your
So,
fucking trap, woman.
yeah, kind of got mad at her. Kind of snapped. And then I walk up to the dude and he rolls his window down. He's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Dude, are you aware that like a fucking trash bag just flew out of the back of your car and like could have killed me? Like, what the hell, dude?" Well, I didn't know that. Where did that happen? So I like explain what happened, and he's like, "Well, let me throw all my garbage and I'll come deal with you." Which is fine because there's only one entrance and one exit, so you can't like escape or anything like that, right?
Well, he
Um,
could try.
he could try. He could try. So he goes and dumps his stuff. I knock on the door of the scale building, whatever it is, the little office, and I apologize to the lady. I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry. A garbage can or a garbage bag flew out of his car and hit mine, so I was a little upset. I didn't mean to like blow up on you." And she forgave me. She's like, "I completely understand. I just didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry that happened to you. Whatever." So I asked her, "Where can I park to wait for him?" And she says, "Just park right over there. Just swing around." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go park and wait for this guy. And she told him something at the window, which I thought was hilarious. She probably told him something like, "That was fucked up, man. You had a trash bag come out." Anyway, he parks next to me. He gets out, and we start to go over the damage and stuff. And he's like hitting my fender with his fist a little bit, trying to get it to pop back in. But that's of course not gonna work because that's what I fucking tried. Whatever. And he's like, "Well, it's not really a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, it's enough though." So, what's your phone number? What's your name? That kind of stuff. And then I told him, I have your license plate. And he gave me his name, his phone number. I called his phone to make sure it was actually going to his phone. I then at the end I was like, all right, so I need your insurance as well. And he said, yeah, let me go get it. And he gets into the driver's side of his car and takes off.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, son of a bitch, man. I should have just fucking. So I'm livid at this point, right? Anyway.
Is that technically a hit and run?
It's not a hit and run from what the police department told me. And the reason being is because I actually physically talked to this individual. So, yeah. Needless to say, my insurance can't fight his insurance because we don't know what his is. And yeah.
He probably doesn't have any. That's why he ran.
Exactly. That's what I've come to.
Either that or he's been in one too many accidents.
Yeah. Well, that truck was kind of fucked up. So that's plausible. So I had to. Well, I called my insurance company, right? And I was like, okay, I got into an accident. I have a police report. And my insurance was like, well, yeah, but I mean, if you want them to pay for it, we need their insurance. So the only way we can help you is if you pay for it on your own, which is you're gonna have to pay your deductible. And I have a $500 deductible, so I'd rather not pay $500 to get my thing fixed. I could probably get it done cheaper. So that's why I missed the podcast last week.
Yep. So there you go. I didn't want to do it alone, and he wasn't here because of an accident, so we just didn't stream last weekend.
Yep. It was a fun time. I was pissed. I almost committed murder, but it's fine.
Turn off. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I do open carry here in my state, so I did have my, my hand twitched, maybe.
The fucking Gestapo are gonna kick in both our doors now.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that's what happened last week, but we had quite a few things to talk about this week.
Yes.
I made a list, as you can all see. But what do we want to talk about first here? Because we got quite a bit.
I kind of want to start with the Magic.
Magic? All right.
Yep.
So recently, the new Magic set's going to be coming out soon, and that's Kaldheim, which is Vikings, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but Arena got updated, and Arena also came out on mobile.
Oh, nice.
Which is interesting. I don't have it yet. I haven't played it yet, but I'm curious about it.
I played Arena a while ago when it first came out.
Yeah. It's a lot better now.
Mm-hmm. From what they say. I've played Magic the Gathering online.
Yeah,
mainly.
That was the main one everyone played.
Yeah.
I've also been thinking about doing live tabletop Magic, sort of like this setup here, but with the camera filming the board instead of us.
Right.
And I mainly play Commander.
Mm-hmm.
That's my game, and recently Commander has become cheap and affordable.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah,
because it's become the more popular one.
Yeah, but it started with Zendikar Rising, and that's when Command decks started becoming $20.
I have a command deck that my friend built for me on Magic the Gathering online.
Oh.
But I would need to get a physical deck to use.
Oh, you can do it. You can build decks
Yeah,
now for
yeah,
nothing.
so, all right.
Command quarters. You can look at their videos. They got budget commander decks. You can build decent commander decks for like $25 to like $50.
There we go. There we go.
So, I mean, I have a deck here and a deck here, and I'm a bit in the process of building new decks. That type of thing. You know, I got some cards off to the side over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm going to be going and playing Commanders today, too.
There you go. There you go.
But there's not really a lot of news going on with Magic, but Arena's got a new thing. I recently got an email for Magic the Gathering that I can't talk about, sadly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Let's just say that I can't tell you what it is for. That's the sad thing. I can't stream it. I can't tell anyone what it's about. I probably shouldn't even said that I got anything. But
It's exciting, though.
yeah, let me go through and like read off what they said. So right off it starts with confidential. And it says no streaming, no screen grabs, no discussing outside of official forums, and no recording.
Well, so, doing something with Magic, I'm guessing.
That's all I can say.
If I had to put my finger on it, I would say you're doing something with Magic.
I honestly forgot about it. The email was a bit of a surprise because it was something from several months ago, and I've only recently been told about it.
There you go. There you go.
That's about it for Magic, though. See here. Something we can talk about is GameStop.
Oh, God. That's a topic, ain't it?
As of late, it has been the topic of discussion for a lot of people.
Dude, news networks are talking about it almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
All
I know is stock went up and a bunch of people that aren't me got rich.
Yeah, no shit.
That's all that matters to me.
My friend was kind of following this trend that had happened, and one of his buddies invested $50,000 into GameStop, and yeah, his friend is now worth $1 million. That's kind of cool. My buddy only made a couple thousand off of it. He wasn't that, gung ho to put tens of thousands of dollars into it. But yeah, so essentially a bunch of companies known as hedge fund companies, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to do what's called shorting a company. So they wanted, the stock market works in two ways. You either invest expecting a positive trend in the company, or you invest expecting a negative trend. A hedge fund is expecting the negative trend. So they took out a bunch of loans on GameStop, right? Saying, basically expecting GameStop to go bankrupt, right?
Yeah, I have something up right now that I can read that actually explains it very well.
Yeah,
and how this happened. Wall Street's massive bets against GameStop turned sour when users from Reddit forum put their money on its success instead. Now billions of dollars are at stake. So there it is. People started, the main thing, like you were saying, is that it was going to go down. Well, Reddit, you're muted again.
Yeah, Reddit was expecting that, but
yeah. So Reddit, the people on Reddit decided to take things into their own hands.
Yeah, and they just, one individual saw the trend that was happening, realized that these hedge fund companies were trying to do that to GameStop, and decided to pour a bunch of money into it, telling people, "Hey, I put this amount of money into this company." That's about it. These other individuals decided to get on the trend, and then now GameStop shares are worth, let me see if I click it up, GME stock is at $325 a share. It's up from yesterday by 16%. That wasn't the highest it was at, though. The highest it got to was over $500 at some point in time. Um, and it's kind of expected to stay right around $300 a share.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm looking at it too. It's a stock price GME is
Yeah,
$325 with a plus 131.40.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of crazy. um,
All because Reddit decided to start fucking with things, and now we got this, which
so
might be a good thing though.
I think it's a positive thing. It kind of shows these Wall Street people, um, that they're not the only ones in the game. There's some new investors out there now. Independent investors, might I add. These are all independent people. They don't work for a big Wall Street business or anything like that. They're not brokers.
Never underestimate the
the power of the
fuckity
internet.
of the internet.
Yeah, now this all started from a gorilla, and it's kind of went on and spiraled out of control. And now Reddit's taking over Wall Street. So
And when you say gorilla, what exactly do you mean?
Harambe,
Yeah, okay,
have
there
you
it
seen
is.
any of those memes?
Yeah, that was God. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a
When you
while ago.
really think about it, that was a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
When the great meme wars happened.
Moving on from GameStop, since everyone who's not me is now rich from investing in GameStop. I wish I invested in GameStop. I wish I had the money to invest.
Yeah. Yeah,
VR.
15. Yeah, so I recently got a VR headset.
Oh
So I've
God,
been
how did
playing
this
a
go?
lot of VR. Um, it's going well, I gotta say. I got the Oculus Quest 2, which is a little controversial in of itself.
Yeah, made by
Um,
made by someone special, John Carmack.
yeah. And pretty fun system. I enjoy it. It's interesting. VR is definitely a different experience. When I was in college, I did some things with VR, right? We were trying to prove that VR could be a concept used for more than just gamers.
Well, yeah, that's something that's kind of been around for a while.
Yeah, so we, made a medical program so the doctors could see individual blood cells or different things like that. And there's theoretically a probe of some kind that they could put in an individual and control while in virtual reality and see in real time and stuff like that. So that's one of the programs we made. Another one that we made was for historians. So we were making kind of like a dinosaur thing to real scale, so someone could actually feel what it looks like to stand next to a freaking T-Rex. Um, anyway, that was when I was in college, which was 2 or 3 years ago. Now I'm playing VR, just in the gaming space, and it's ridiculously fun. I enjoy it. Of course, I played the Beat Saber, um, which seemed like an overwhelming game at first, but it's generally kind of fun. My girlfriend and I play it a lot. The other one that we play a lot together is Don't Stop Talking and No One Will Explode, I think is the game.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, that game is fun. It's super ridiculously like hard and tedious, but it's very very fun. We're like sitting next to each other and cut the third wire. Are you sure I'm gonna cut the third wire? Oh my god! So it's pretty cool. Um, and I play other games on there as well. But I Expect You to Die is another one that I play, which is a puzzle game, which kind of intense.
Yeah, it's like you know that John Carmack is the one who like really got started with the VR stuff and started making the Oculus, right? You know
Yeah.
who he is?
No, not really.
He was part of the original group that made Doom.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he was the original. He was behind id and all the software that evolved from that. He has names that we give him, such as the sentient galaxy brain or the hyper advanced artificial intelligence the death-frightening prison capable of seeing through the illusionary world before our eyes. And of course, what I know him as is the benevolent architect of the post-singularity simulation which we all live in.
He pretty much might as well be, man. They figured out how to make a dimensional game appear to be 3D.
He's the one mostly responsible for this. A lot of things that are still used today in video games were originally made by him.
Exactly. It's all an optical illusion, right? Especially Doom. The original Doom, that's 100% an optical illusion.
Mm-hmm.
That game is not 3D. As much as it looks like it is, it's not. They just didn't have the technology for that back then. And somehow they made a two-dimensional platform seem as though it was 3D, and it's wicked how they did it. It highly suggests looking into how they made that game. It will trip you up, and you will look at video games differently and start to realize that a lot of the little things that they do are actually to trick your brain.
Yeah, he's got videos online, like you can watch on YouTube videos of him explaining lighting and rendering effects and all this other stuff.
Wicked.
He originally made it for Doom 3. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was called something. It was part of id Tech 4.
Oh, okay.
Which was the Doom 3 engine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The engine was designed by John Carmack, who also created the previous game's engines, as well as the Quake engine. Let's see here. These engines were also used for Quake 4, Prey, Enemy Territory, Quake Wars, Wolfenstein, and Brink. Oh, just all the stuff that he did ended up really, like, we still use all his stuff today, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, all those little tips, tricks, little ideas all came from that brilliant mind.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my head that we actually are living in the Matrix, and it's all because of him.
Pretty much are.
He's like sitting in a chair somewhere, watching cameras of all of us in our little pods connected to the Matrix, just laughing.
Yeah. You know you're eating a steak.
Yeah, so there's that.
That's one of my favorite scenes in The Matrix, when he's eating that steak. He's like, damn, does it taste good, though? It's a bunch of ones and zeros. But damn, does it taste good.
Let's see here. Moving on. We have something to talk about. We talked about it, I believe, in our first episode together.
Probably our first?
Yeah, but it was the Johnny Depp thing and how he was kicked from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and all this other stuff, and people were saying that he's the real instigator behind all this stuff, and it's like, no, Johnny Depp's a national treasure. He did nothing wrong.
Which was proven.
Yes, several times.
Several times.
But
and
he's
now
back!
It's going to be accepted by the big boys. He's finally back.
Yeah, he's been rehired for the next Pirates movie.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for, because I would not watch a Pirates movie unless Johnny Depp was in it.
He is Jack. It's just that's who he is.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's just, be honest. Go back to all the pirate movies and take out the character of Jack Sparrow completely, meaning no Johnny Depp. Would you watch them?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great movies, but Johnny Depp and the character Jack Sparrow just add something else entirely to those movies that make them enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, Orlando Bloom is a good actor, I think. He's pretty decent. I love him in Lord of the Rings.
He's a good actor.
I don't really know him in any other movie, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, he was in Troy.
Yeah. Good actor.
Who?
Not who I want in that role.
The guy playing Captain Barbossa, great actor. Elizabeth Swann.
Yeah.
She was played. Fuck, I forget her name right now. Keira Knightley. I love Keira Knightley. I think originally it was Keira Knightley and what's her name? Padme Amidala. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, his name Pamela Anderson?
No,
No, that's not who it is.
that's someone else. That's yeah.
Who is it?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. There you go.
Yeah, it was Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley who played Padme in the
Yeah.
first in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because they look so much alike. In fact, the parents couldn't even tell them apart in most cases.
Right, right.
So that's a thing that's interesting. So they are, and again, Keira Knightley's a great actress. Orlando Bloom's okay. I really like him in those Lord of the Rings movies. And Troy, I guess he's a whiny little bitch in that movie. But moving on. But I can't see the pirate franchise without Jack Sparrow or Johnny Depp.
Just wouldn't be the same, or someone portraying him just wouldn't be the same.
I could maybe see it with a younger Johnny Depp, like a younger Jack Sparrow.
Is there someone that could fit that though?
Well, we kind of saw that in Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Truly, true.
We saw the young Jack Sparrow for the first time.
Yeah,
And it's not like there are no stories that can be made for that. There's a book depicting a young Jack Sparrow.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, this book was released like sometime around Dead Man's Chest, I think.
Yeah.
Moving on, another thing that came out was a trailer for Clarice, is the name of the show.
Not
And-
something that was on my radar, but
I only found out about it today. Because it came up on an ad on YouTube, and it was called Clarice, and it's based on the Silence of the Lambs.
I'm excited.
Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
All of them.
Okay, so
I love it.
you've seen
Love it.
all the Hannibal movies.
Yeah. I've also watched the series, the television series, which I thought was really good.
All right, so this movie or this series, Clarice, seems to literally be based on Silence of the Lambs. It looks like it's taken place during the whole Buffalo Bill fiasco.
Wow.
So I'm kind of interested in this, believe it or not.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. You know, maybe it'll give us some more backstory as to what was happening. Or
I imagine it'll
you
go
know-
more in depth than the movie did.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be following Clarice, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to be kind of interesting to see, like, how she starts to think about Hannibal over time.
I wonder if Mads Mikkelsen is going to be playing Hannibal. Hang on. IMDb, here I come.
IMDb. Definitely interesting. Looking forward to that show. That, like I said, that show wasn't even on my radar. And I have to look up the trailer later and watch it. Definitely gonna be cool though.
Both of us can't spell fucking Clarice.
Yeah, no, that's a weird name.
Yeah, here it is, Clarice. It's coming out next year apparently.
Oh wow, okay.
It is a TV series and it's going to be on CBS.
We'll get to watch that and some Star Wars.
Okay, so far it looks like we only have who's playing. Okay, let's see. Simon Northwood is playing Buffalo Bill.
Okay.
I'm looking. I do not see Hannibal Lecter in this.
Hey, maybe they haven't cast him yet. They had to have though, right? They're just not releasing who it is.
They're not releasing who it is. That's what it looks like.
Yikes.
I'm hoping it's Mads Mikkelsen
Yeah.
from the Hannibal TV series.
He did a really good job of playing Hannibal.
He's also crazy as fuck. He
Yeah,
was in a
I mean,
Hideo Kojima game, so come on.
He's also in Star Wars.
Yeah, he was in Rogue One.
He was in Rogue One. So,
He was
you know,
also in a
his,
Viking movie, if I remember correctly.
yeah. He was also oh, you already mentioned that, never mind. Death Standing, yeah. Plays a very important storyline role in Death Standing.
It's a Hideo Kojima game. That's all that
Yeah.
matters. That man makes brilliant games, but he's fucking insane. And I dare anyone to prove me wrong.
Yep.
Uh, moving on from Clarice, we have another thing to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Godzilla versus Kong.
do. Mm-hmm.
I love monster movies. I do. I like the original monster movies, and I especially like the ones that started with Godzilla 2016. That being said, this might be the last monster movie.
Why?
Uh, from what I've read, there will be a definitive winner in this movie. And if you look it up, there are no further plans for monster movies that are known right now.
So you don't think that they'll revisit these ideas later?
They might, but I don't know if if they plan on continuing this universe or if this is the last movie.
Oh, gotcha.
There are a lot of things. One of them is that they say in the trailer that something is agitating Godzilla, and throughout the movie he's attacking humans and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a big jump from where we were in the last movie.
Right.
You know, considering him and the humans fighting together.
Much.
One of the theories is that this isn't the real Godzilla. It's Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's in the trailer, Mecha Godzilla is, or there are Easter eggs pointing to it.
Right, which was the one that was created by the human.
Something like that. I don't know how it's going to be in this movie if Mecha Godzilla is a thing. I do know, however, in the original Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla whooped Kong's ass.
Showed him what's up.
Who do you think's going to win?
I actually kind of think that it's going to be Kong. I like an underdog kind of fight. Zilla can shoot fucking laser beams out of his mouth, okay?
Godzilla is also the apex predator that has been proven when he killed a giant fucking space dragon.
Yeah. You know,
What does Kong got on King Ghidorah?
nothing. he talks to a little girl in the trailer. In the movie.
Mothra did that.
Yeah.
Fucking what does fucking Kong have on Rodan? Which is the fucking lava pterodactyl. If you've seen Godzilla King of the Monsters.
I have not.
Yeah. I mean, at most, the reason why Godzilla's pissed is probably because a bunch of humans brought another monster into his territory.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm fully supporting Kong. I'm supporting Godzilla. I think this is what happened. It's a fake Godzilla. I think it's an imposter, possibly Mecha Godzilla. And the real Godzilla is going to come in at the end and whoop everyone's ass. And then he's going to go back to sleep.
Yep, he's gonna go take a water nap.
Yeah. He was captured. Mecha Godzilla's running around. Real Godzilla gets out, whoops both Mecha Godzilla and Kong's ass, and then goes back to wherever the fuck he sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory on this movie.
Okay. We'll see how it plays out. I think it's going to be very interesting if they do it correctly. It really seems like it's big enough for 2 parts, but
No, this
as
is gonna.
you said, they're going to do it in one.
Yeah, it's
There hasn't
officially
been
stated.
a Kong movie in a long time, is what I'm getting at.
No, there has. It was a Kong Monster Island or Skull Island.
Right, but that was a while ago.
No, that was the movie before King of the Monsters.
Really?
Yeah, it's Godzilla 2016,
Mm-hmm.
Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs Kong.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of movies. They've been coming out since 2016. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. A lot of people picking sides, saying Zilla. Some people saying Kong. Trying to determine when. But
A lot of
we'll see.
people when the trailer came out had the same thought that I did, which was Batman versus Superman,
Yeah,
which is there's going to be another threat that pops up and then they're going to team up.
probably, Mecha.
Yeah, that a lot of people say he's in the trailer and there's things pointing to it.
Hmm.
I'm also curious how long has it been since King of the Monsters? You
Who
know,
knows, man? Who knows?
that's something. But while we're on entertainment, Fortnite.
Oh God.
I have an absolute hatred for Fortnite. I hate everything about Fortnite.
And I had an opposing stance when Fortnite first came out. I thought it was an interesting concept. I thought it was different to the battle royale universe. Being able to build objects to protect yourself and stuff like that.
That's just Minecraft.
However, um, it has definitely changed into something that I thought is very childish. It's ridiculous.
I saw a
It's just
kid.
become a giant cash grab for Epic.
There was a comment on a Star Wars video of a kid saying, "Hey," it was the Mandalorian to say, "Hey, that's the guy from Fortnite."
No,
Yeah,
no, kid. It's the other way
yeah.
around. Same with John Wick. You
I
can say, "Hey, that character's in Fortnite," but it's not the character from Fortnite.
no, I absolutely fucking hate. I have a massive hate boner for Fortnite. In fact, if an opposing battle royale game were to sponsor us, I would fully endorse them and play that game just to spite
Same,
Fortnite.
same here. Apex, where you at?
Yeah, I'll play Apex if it means getting if you guys give us money and we get to talk shit about Fortnite.
We will fucking destroy it.
But they're ruining things that I like Star Wars, how the Stormtrooper and the fucking
Yeah.
Mandalorian are in Fortnite. It's like, no. Then there was
John Wick. Was
John
one that
Wick,
pissed me off.
Marvel characters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Terminator is the recent one,
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah, it's Terminator.
and now they gone and done it again. I have
It's just ridiculous.
they put in the Predator.
Oh God,
I'm done. That's it. I can't do it anymore.
this is the end.
They're ruining things that I like with that bullshit.
Ridiculous, and then they're having people pay for the skins.
I don't like Fortnite, so I wish it would fucking die. So yeah, that's my hate boner for Fortnite.
Mhm.
Uh,
You also, another thing that we absolutely hate. Now that we're on the topic of hatred, is people using astrology for everything in their life.
yeah, I'm an Aries, so I can only date this sign, and this sign.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, or you could date who you want.
I think there are some interesting topics to the whole astrology thing. Like, the majority of the time, I can't say all of, but the majority of the time, people kind of fit the personality of this astrological.
Yeah, I get it. There are some fun things. All right, I
Yeah,
will admit
yeah.
that there are some fun things. But to use it to dictate your life,
Your
who
life.
you should
Yeah.
date, what you should do, that type of things, that's another level of stupid.
I think it should just be used as a way to kind of like get to know someone's personality a little bit, right? Or start to see personality traits that they share with this thing. But I think it's more a thing for psychology than it is like actual astrological figures in the sky determining what you should drink that day for your morning cup of tea. People go out. way out of their way with it to like determine every little decision that they make in life. Like, oh, I'm not going to wear that shirt because my sign said I should avoid the color blue today.
Yeah, that's not how that works, but go ahead, you know.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, you know? That's not, come on. You're buying into something that was like just really intended for psychology purposes and
That's like the Zodiac killer. That's
yeah,
that's the level of thinking of the Zodiac killer.
yeah,
That's what that is.
just psychotic. Just why are you doing that, man? Just because you read online, you know, somebody probably curated that fucking thing, you know, or it's just completely random and it could be completed by a robot, you know, saying to avoid this color or to avoid that person.
It
Or
has
today
to
you're gonna
be.
be
It has to
happy.
be a computer program
Yeah,
that randomly generates a fortune, and then
yeah,
that gets printed off.
yeah, and then you read that and you take it for like 100% fact. That's not how you should look at these things. You
Yeah,
literally should look at it as being able to determine someone's personality, right?
yeah. It's like it's. Do you think John Wayne Gacy lived his life by astrology and zodiac signs? No, he
Probably
ate
not.
you. He killed you because you were fucking killable. Because he
Yeah.
could. That's how that goes. You don't. Here's a millionaire. You let's say Bill Gates. You think he lived his life by dictating it through astrology?
No, he went out and did something that he thought was interesting. You know, went out and took a risk, and that risk ended up creating what we're using right now, which is Windows.
Yeah. Although we don't know what happened to his dad.
Yeah, yeah.
That's still a mystery.
Yep.
Maybe the signs will tell us why.
Maybe we're getting this all wrong, and we should be following it more closely.
I don't know. It's
Ridiculous.
I don't. I think astrology should be a hobby. It should be a fun thing. Like, oh, here's my zodiac sign. Here's my fortune. That's a hobby.
Yeah, but I okay. So speaking to hobbies, there's some toxic hobbies out there, like serial dating. You know, people dating multiple people. That's
Yeah, this is something that I want to talk about because I know people physically in life that I
yeah.
know these people.
I feel like we all know these people. They have a different boyfriend or a different partner
I
every
know
week.
3 people.
And notice I said boyfriend though, because I feel like the majority of people that do this female.
Yes,
Just saying.
I know one
That's
female has 2 kids by 2 different people, I believe, and
to be
has been in a relationship with many people like almost every other month and has been engaged to several people several times.
that's not a game.
Another
That's not a
one has one baby with one baby daddy and has gotten into a relationship since they get let's see, I can say last year had like maybe a total of 5 boyfriends, like one right after the other. Like once
uh
you're done with this one for a couple months, you move on to the next one, and so on and so forth.
if we look at this from a psychological aspect, while studying psychology, these people are narcissistic. Um, the people that
Needy.
are yeah, people that are serial daters. They're narcissistic. Once they get their fix of new and fun out of someone, they kick them to the curb and go to the next person. It's
I'm
100%
actually
a
googling
narcissistic
serial
trait.
dater
Yeah,
psychology.
it's ridiculous. These people need help or something. You know, relationships aren't toys. They're not a game, and people can be seriously hurt from people doing this. You know, I hate that society has normalized dating multiple people. Even at the same time, that's ridiculous. You know, if you're gonna date someone, you should probably put your effort into that individual. No one's saying it's a terrible thing to talk to multiple
Yeah,
people at the same time.
one of the things that they like, it says here, is the thrill of the chase.
Yeah, it's a narcissistic thing.
If you want to just bump uglies with someone, just say it.
Yeah,
A guy will not mind.
No, most cases, you know,
Like,
dude's like, oh yeah, I'm down.
if some chick wants to go and date multiple people within the span of like I don't know 5 other guys within the span of a single month, just tell us.
Yeah,
We'll
just
most
say,
likely be okay with it.
just say, hey man, I just want the dick. Majority of us are probably gonna say, all right, it's just the way it is.
I know someone who was in a relationship. It was a decent amount of time. And then as soon as they broke up, she went about like a week or two being single, and then got another boyfriend that moved in with her, or she moved in with him, and now they're broken up, and she'll probably be in another relationship again.
Awful, awful. If you break up with someone and then immediately after that, you should probably start looking at yourself, man, because you have something wrong with you. That is not normal. If you actually love someone else, it's going to take you a couple of months, maybe even longer, to get over that feeling that you had for another person.
And people wonder why I'm not in a relationship. It's because people like that exist.
Ridiculous, man. You shouldn't you shouldn't ever have feelings, at least not deep feelings, for another person while you're with someone either. Like if you can't get over a past relationship.
Oh no, but I love him though.
Yeah, or you still
Like,
have
fool.
feelings for that person, fucking cut him out of your life. Period. You should fucking chop him out of your life like a gangrene infected limb, okay? Because that person is gonna try to come back into your life and fuck up what you're currently doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna refer to these 3 women that I know as Meg. I promised I wouldn't say who they were, even though I do not give a shit if they find out that I'm the one talking about them.
The fuck, Meg.
Yeah.
Megs, all of you dumb motherfuckers. You're fucking with people. This is why dudes have higher standards for women.
Oh, another one also has 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies, I believe.
Y'all can't fuck with our emotions. You just can't. You wonder why all the relationships you have are with people that suck. It's because you're a shitty person yourself, and shit attracts shit, period. You got to add something to the relationship in order to get someone that has those other attributes that you're wanting.
Well, yeah, like, why get engaged with, like, I don't know, 5 different guys from 5 different relationships? Why do that? Oh, I'm with this guy. We just got engaged.
Is it just a game? Is it fun to you to say?
Then they break up.
Do you just like the title of engagement?
Then they break up. Then she gets in a relationship with someone else, and then they get immediately engaged. And oh, we're not gonna have a wedding, but we're gonna go get married down at the court. Like,
Ridiculous. It's a
so did that marriage ever happen? Like, oh no, we broke up. I'm in another relationship now. I'm like,
it's a title thing, right? They probably just like the title. That's it. Once they get that title, they want it again. They gotta get that title again.
I think they're fucking stupid, and that's about it. I don't think it has anything to do with the title. I think they're just stupid.
It's cancerous. It should be looked at like cancel culture. If you want to do something positive, you should probably cancel that. That's awful.
Yeah, like, it's just either get in a relationship and stay there, or stay fucking single.
End of story. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it's like, this is one of the reasons why I support natural selection and Darwinism. Like, I think we should just start removing the warning labels off of things, like paint cans. You know, like it says, "Don't drink, don't consume the paint." Like, let's remove that label. You know, let's see what happens.
Let them fucking take a swig of that.
You know, if a few thousand people die from that, then they weren't meant to be here.
Yeah, probably. If they can't fucking figure it out, that's the way it is, man. We should stop babying people, right? Like the whole fucking hot coffee label. If you order fucking coffee from McDonald's, they made that shit to stay hot until you got to work, okay?
Yeah.
That means don't fucking sip it until you know it's fucking ready.
Unless you fucking order and ask specifically for iced coffee, assume that shit's hot and ready to burn your ass.
You know what the fuck you signed up for.
If you're holding onto a cup and there is heat emitting from it, you probably shouldn't drink it.
you fucking know it's hot. How fucking dare you sue the company over that? That's fucking stupid. Okay, wet floor signs. I can agree with that. Okay, wet floor signs.
Yeah, okay,
you know,
that one.
You can't always tell when a surface is wet. I can agree with that. All right, but if there's a wet floor sign and you walk on that floor, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that situation. There have been many cases where someone has a wet floor sign out, slips and falls, and then sues the company and wins.
Another one is the crossing streets. When you're walking and you see signs like, oh, you can cross.
Yeah.
Fucking look both ways anyway.
Yeah. You have to.
That's like how much faith do you have in humanity? I look both ways at a roundabout.
People in the state that I live in will cross the street without looking. It's insane to me. You know, there's this culture that the driver is responsible for this dumb pedestrian that wants to walk in front of you. However, that's not how the law works here in this state, okay? The pedestrian is 100% liable for walking into a car or getting injured by a vehicle.
That's like the people who eat rat poison and get sick and then sue the people who made the rat poison. Like, so you're saying poison's poisonous, huh?
Well, yeah, it's poisonous to rats, right? Me, though, that means I can eat it.
Yeah, like, just remove the warning label from the rat poison packages now. Like, if they eat it, and die, then that's their fault.
If it fucking is designed to kill something else, we shouldn't be
fucking it. The Tide Pod challenge was a thing.
I was in my vacation in San Diego when the Tide Pod thing happened, so I don't know much about it.
You know what a Tide Pod is, though, right?
Yeah. I used them a lot while on my vacation.
Yeah, so the thing was they would eat them. Like, yeah, sure, go for it. I hope you die from it, too. This is why Darwinism and natural selection...
Keep away from children. That's another one, right? That label shouldn't exist. Shouldn't have to exist. You should just know. Keep that away from your fucking kid, okay? Because it can eat it. It looks like a fucking piece of candy. It really does. The Tide Pod thing is fucking bright in color. Looks squishy. Looks edible. Probably should keep it away
here's
from
the thing. You tell them you don't eat that. And if they eat it, well, that kid doesn't get to live.
Yeah. Hey.
Simple as that.
Yeah. You passed on some bad genes. You took those genes out of the pool.
Yeah, like, hey, that kid's about to walk off the ledge. Fucking let him. If he doesn't know that a fall will kill him, well, he doesn't get to live. Simple as that.
He'll learn. If someone has the audacity to look down the barrel of a fucking gun while it's loaded, or not disassembled,
yeah,
probably just allow them to look down the barrel.
You know, like this is like also the people who pick up guns and don't think they're loaded and point it at themselves. Like, you deserve that one too.
There are strict rules that you have to follow, right? With anything, firearms, any type of safety, right? You either learn the hard way, you learn from others' mistakes, or you just fucking know not to do that out of common sense. It's like
Christopher Titus, how moms will give you knowledge, dads will make you earn it. And now, like, with the penny in the light socket, and the mom will try to stop you from doing that. Not the dad. No. Wait. Well, go ahead, boy. Do it.
Fucking learn the hard
way, you're
man.
Not going to do that again, are you? I know it shot your ass about 8 feet, didn't it?
Don't do it again.
You're definitely not going to do it again. I can tell you that much.
I learned not to touch a stove. Why? Because my fucking mom, this is actually a little bit against your point, but my mom was like, go ahead and touch that fucking stove. See
there are the moms that are like that. My mom is probably like that.
I was like, so I fucking touched the stove. Guess what I never tried to do again?
You're reaching up to touch the stove top, and your mom's just like, wait. Go ahead.
Let's see what happens. Hold on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
About to learn today.
And you know what? You never touch the stove again.
It didn't kill me. Did it kill me? No.
But it hurt a lot, and I learned a valuable lesson.
Learned not to do it again. Now
Stoves
there
are
are those
hot.
there are those lessons where you will get hurt, but you keep doing it because you have a goal, right?
Oh,
So, for example, I learned how to ride a bike by myself. That was the hardest fucking thing ever. It took me
okay. Well,
weeks.
that's different though.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that's
That
not around. That's not around the same point. Like if you learn that
no, no.
gravity is a thing and you still walk off a cliff, that's your fault.
Shut up,
If you learn how to ride a bike through trial and error,
dude.
that's
That
hard
took a
work.
lot. Yeah, that took a long. I didn't have training wheels. Okay, I also didn't have a bike that fit my size as a child. It was an adult bike, so that fucker was like 3 feet off the ground for the seat, which was a big difference for me. I was like maybe 4 feet at the time.
I don't think I was ever actually taught how to ride a bike as much as it's just I had training wheels on some
uh,
bikes, and then I just that one day I just moved on.
there you go.
I don't
Yeah,
really
no, I
think.
didn't have. I didn't have training wheels, man. I didn't
Yeah,
have training.
I was never given that push and then like let go and oh you got it, you're doing it. I'm still
Yeah, no.
here. Like
My
no,
folks
I
did.
never had that.
My folks didn't help me with that. I had to learn by myself. I learned in my driveway, and at first I was like, all right, I just got to learn how to get on the bike and like just pedal. Didn't work. Wouldn't have. Could not get it to keep going because I kept losing my balance. You got to learn that balance, right? So I was like, what the fuck? Eventually, it got to the point where I figured out you need momentum in order to get that balance.
Yeah.
That was a hard lesson to learn because I was, on a fucking uphill slope. My dumbass kept trying to go up the fucking hill, which is difficult.
All right, well that's your fault.
Yeah, that was my fault for being a dumb fuck. So I went to the top of the hill and went down, and then I was like, "Holy shit! You need speed and momentum in order to stay upright on the fucking bike." Who knew? These are all things I had to figure out on my own.
That's like when you're
Uh,
first starting off riding from a dead stop, it's a little wobbly at first.
yeah, you're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
But you get the hang of it, and now I can fucking be one of those ridiculous people that rides without hands. I don't have my hands on my handlebars.
Yeah, but yeah, so remove warning labels from things and natural selection is right, and I think we need to go back to it.
I also never wore a helmet when riding my bike. Probably not a good idea, but that's what I did. I never cracked my skull open though, so
Oh, I've had some accidents, still never wore a helmet.
yeah, I did never wore a helmet on my bike.
I
rode
learned
a
not to
bike.
fall.
Yeah, I no shit exactly. Balance.
Yeah, I learned not to fall and hurt myself. That's what I learned.
Now, the one time that this kind of sucked though is I was racing against my cousin, and I rode a bike without brakes. We knew it didn't have brakes, and I was hauling ass, like trying to beat him, right? So I'm like going as fast as I can, and there's this wall that
You
we were
you
gonna
never
stop
learned
at.
how to slow down and stop with the pedals, where instead of going normal, you kind of jerk them back some to slow down.
Well, if the brake is like that on the bikes,
No,
but
no, that's not the brake.
if it's a free forming bike pedal, it's not going to slow you down if you're going like 30.
Yeah, it did for us.
I was going fast as fuck, so I had two options: run into this wall or get off the bike somehow, right? So I tried to use my feet to slow down, but that didn't help. I tried to like put my feet down on the ground and slow down a little bit, but it was going way too fast, and I was going downhill.
Did you
It's
try
not a
to
good
do
time.
turns like in a circle?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ended up falling off the bike and scraping the shit out of my arm, but it's a good time.
All right. But yeah,
Don't ride a bike
yeah.
without brakes.
So
That's what I learned.
let's see here. I want to do one of these two things that I've highlighted. If you can see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. We're learning things, doing things differently. I was excited that I learned how to ride a bike, but I didn't like boast about it, right? Like it wasn't a special thing at that time because everybody kind of knew how to ride a bike, right? But people still continue to like come out of the closet like it's the newest thing. It's like so exciting and
Yeah. So the thing that's got me that I've learned why this is still a big thing It's because JoJo Siwa, or however the fuck you pronounce that thing's name,
Mm-hmm.
apparently came out of the closet. Why does anyone give a shit?
Mm.
It's not that big of a deal anymore.
It's not. It doesn't.
Fuck, at this
doesn't
point,
make
like a
sense.
majority of the world's gay now.
Yeah. It's not. It shouldn't be a special thing.
It's accepted.
Shouldn't be.
Who gives a shit?
You're gay. Cool. Move on.
Yeah,
It's accepted now
I
by
don't.
the majority of people.
I don't give a shit if you're trans. I don't give a shit if you're gay. Just keep it to yourself. How about that? If
I
you're
don't
gay,
care for you coming
go get
out.
yourself a girlfriend. Who cares? Or
I-
lesbian,
I-
I should say. I don't know. I don't view gay as like the man thing. I just view gay as a general term. Like, if you're a girl and you like girls, you're gay.
Go after the same sex. I don't care. That's you, okay? I don't need to hear you come out. I don't need you to have a party to come out. I don't care. It's not a fucking gender reveal, okay?
Yeah, it's like, do you know how many gay people there are now? You're not special.
Yeah. I think gender reveals will still be a special thing.
There were people
Yeah.
who called her brave.
That's also dumb. If you could be a little bit less brave, a little bit less yourself, you probably wouldn't be obese. Like, how are we supposed to approach those topics now? Because she's being brave or she's being beautiful, you know, or anything like that. When it comes to your health, okay, being obese,
nervous.
being fat is not a healthy thing. Period. Okay, unless somebody tells you you're a fat fuck, you're probably never gonna tell yourself, "Hey, I'm a fat fuck," right? You're probably just gonna think you look fine or think you're a little heavy, but in reality, you're probably an elephant.
Yeah, and like, really, you want to know who was brave?
Who?
Matthew Shepard.
Why?
Oh, you don't know who Matthew Shepard is?
No clue.
Okay, let me get the full information out just so I don't mess anything up.
Okay.
Matthew Shepard, born December 1st, 1976. Died October 12th, 1998. He was a gay American student at the University of Wyoming who was beaten, tortured, and left to die near Laramie on the night of October 6, 1998. He was taken by rescuers to, I don't know how to pronounce that hospital's name, but it was a hospital in Fort Collins, Colorado, where he died from severe head injuries 6 days later. They beat him because he was gay. This was...
Nope.
This was way back in the day. This was in the 90s.
No one is saying that you can't be gay.
That
No
guy
one is
was
saying
brave.
that what they did was wrong and awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's awful to beat someone up. It just is, unless they deserve it. Like the guy that fucking had a trash can bag fly into my car. Probably deserved an ass whooping.
Probably
But-
should have.
You know, nobody's saying that that's wrong. Or, excuse me, that that's okay, but
Yeah. But still, it's like, to call this person, who I still don't know how to pronounce her last name, and how dare she go by the name JoJo. But don't call her brave. It's not brave now. Do you know how many gay people come out of the fucking woodwork?
it was brave back then. Why was it brave back then? Because the culture was to beat the shit out of these people and make fun. Because
Yeah.
it was something that wasn't accepted back then.
Because Matthew Shepard identified as something that was out of the norm.
I'm sorry, but all the people that are coming out now, you missed the trend.
Yeah. Now, he was openly gay back then.
Mhm.
That was brave, knowing that
Brave.
people didn't like things that were different than them. That was brave.
People were
But
ignorant back
nowadays, it's accepted to be gay.
Yeah.
No one cares anymore.
then. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's accepted, just people don't care.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It was accepted a couple of years ago, but you missed the trend. Okay? Now nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, so stop treating
Move on.
coming out of the closet as a big deal. It's not. It's
Nobody
a
cares.
big deal that it's accepted now.
Yeah.
But it's not a big deal that you're doing it.
The trend has sailed. You have missed the trend. If you're trying to follow that trend, you have missed it by a lot.
I like one of my main theories that a lot of these people who are coming out as gay now that are celebrities are doing it for that reason, to get talked about in the spotlight and whatnot, because it's a trend.
You want that limelight.
Why don't you go tell that to all the kids that took their lives because they were gay?
Yeah. They got beat senseless.
Yeah. I mean, I personally never cared if someone was gay or not. I didn't judge you. You know, it was... No one cares about it in my family, that's for sure. Yeah. But I'm not like everyone else.
You could argue that it was just the way that we were raised. Right? I was raised the same way. There are people out there that are gay. There are people out there that want to be women born men. You know,
and that's fine. But as long as it doesn't affect my personal life, I don't give a shit.
Until it affects you, it's not your problem.
If it's physically affecting me in a negative way, yeah, I'll have something to say then, but it doesn't.
And it doesn't have to be a political thing.
No.
It doesn't. Politics should stay out of your personal choices. It's kind of like our liberties and freedoms, man. That's why we have what we have. You know, it's the same thing with things like prostitution or sex work.
Yeah.
That's your decision, you know?
Unfortunately, of course, now we're never going to...
Yeah. Unfortunately, now we have someone that's in office that's, you know, probably never going to allow that to happen. And
with Biden and Kamala Harris now in office, prostitution is never going to be legal.
Yeah.
I fully believe that.
It's a job. You know, it's their life choice. And
No. Kamala Harris is a woman. Therefore, as a woman, prostitution goes against everything she believes in.
She's also the first Black, Asian American, transgender, pansexual, whatever you want to add. People keep adding shit to the... I hate that. You know? Who gives a fuck if you're the first anymore? That's a trend that is dead.
Technically, you want to know how she's Asian?
Indian, right?
Yeah, which is not technically true.
Yeah.
It is an Asian country, but you are not of the Asian race.
No, you are not.
I believe it or not, Native Americans are closer to being an Asian than India is, because Asian people, like the actual race, they have mongoloid skulls.
Mm-hmm.
I am white, not just as a race, but my skeleton structure is that of a Caucasoid.
Yeah.
African people, African American people, they, for the most part, just about all of them, have a Negroid skeletal structure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Indians, I believe, have a Caucasoid structure. That makes that gives them they're close to whitey.
Yeah. So it's just I hate when they add all these fucking titles onto the end of something.
But anyway, like, sex work is going to be looked down upon now, because I sincerely doubt Kamala Harris or Biden will legalize sex work in every way.
And really, she should be spinning it in a way that's positive for women, man. These women, you know, are trying to be beautiful and trying to do what they want to do, man.
But according to the feminists, it's demeaning to females.
But it's what they want to do. Aren't you part of, like, women should have a choice in what they want to do for work? Shouldn't they be able to do everything that they want to do?
I want prostitution to be legal. Not for the reasons a lot of people would think.
I just, you know, it's what they want to do for money.
It's not because I want to fuck prostitutes legally, trust me. I want to open up a warehouse.
Yeah, these should be things that should be allowed, you know? It's looked at the way that sometimes it is the way that most people look at it. Prostitution is forced upon women to make money for a pimp or something like that.
Not true.
Sometimes it's that way. Sometimes, but not all the time. Not all the time. A lot of the time, those prostitutions are working independent. Those prostitutes are working independently.
Yeah, go to Nevada. I believe it's called the Hen House.
There's a few of them.
Hang on.
They work independently. They make their own wages. They make their own money. They call their own shots. They say how much they want to do whatever action they want to do with the individual that they're trying to do things with.
Oh, there's the Bunny Ranch
Yeah,
in Nevada.
yeah.
That's legal sex work.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls.
There's a few of them in Nevada.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to open up a whorehouse, a brothel, a bordello, the cat house, or or the new name that I like now that I thought about after listening to Taylor from PK's story of Samson, and that is, hear me out, the House of Strange. You know, you're out and about on the hunt for some strange.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the House of Strange.
There you go. There you go. You want to meet some stranger, some lady of the night?
Nah, strange is another name for the vagina.
Yeah. So these things should be legal. It's a business form. It's been a business for like ever. Okay. Prostitution, sex work, pornography, all of that has been a business for a long fucking time.
Oh yeah, since it. Well, fuck, I couldn't even tell you how long.
For all of human history, argue.
Yeah, for just about.
You know, it's been a business for a lot of people, and the idea to take that business away is, at least from our constitution standpoint, unconstitutional. It's a freedom that people should be allowed to have. Same with drugs. If someone wants to go do fucking heroin and fuck up their life, they should be allowed to fucking do that. You know, it's your body, your choice. What happened to that culture? You don't want to apply it when it doesn't apply to something that's convenient for you.
So, you ready for this?
What's up?
Prostitution is old enough that there are Sumerian records. Sumerian records dating back to ca 2400 BCE are the earliest recorded mention of prostitution as an occupation.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Yeah, it's been a thing, man. Forever. Arguably all of human history. I guarantee there's fucking cavemen, women, fucking everybody in the tribe to get some food.
Technically speaking,
that's pretty much
Sumerians are the oldest civilization on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, for all of human history, just about.
It's true. There were some women that were fucking dudes just to get food or get shelter or something of value at that time. Monetary value didn't really exist at that time, but you still had value in certain objects or things.
I hope prostitution becomes legal at some point.
Now, there's a difference between prostitution and shaking your tits on camera, just to be a thought.
Yeah. Oh, God. So,
Big difference, right?
Yeah.
TikTok,
a lot of people on TikTok, the TikTok thoughts, as I call them,
yeah,
they have recently started, like, moving on to Twitch.
Ridiculous.
And that's where I'm done. Like, why?
These
I get it. You have tits. You can make money off of that.
It's great.
But you don't have but don't force it. I saw a Twitch streamer today. Her icon, the profile picture, is of her tits.
Yeah.
They're covered, but still, I can see the tits.
Here's the thing, okay? Don't you dare say people are objectifying you if that's your fucking profile picture. I don't want to fucking hear it. The only object in that picture are a pair of fucking tits.
Yeah, if that's your profile picture and your camera is like this, like pointing down at an angle, and and you're wearing a tight, small tank top that is showing not only your cleavage but how big your breasts are, you should probably fucking stop.
I don't want to hear it. If you feel like you are being objectified, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because you're putting that object out there.
Yeah,
you made the choice to wear that. You made the choice to set your camera up that way. If it gets you more views, that's great. Don't feel bad if people are objectifying you.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, objectifying is wrong.
It is.
But don't be mad when you're the one kind of forcing the situation.
It's gonna happen.
You're knowingly showing off your tits.
I don't feel that her clothes provoked me. I don't feel that's a good argument. I don't feel
Yeah.
that's a I don't. Period. But if you're wearing clothes like that, you better expect attention because you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
Okay?
like
It's wrong on both sides. All right.
yeah, it is. There
It's
you
wrong.
go.
It's wrong on both sides.
I was trying to think of a way to come into the conversation, but then you started going on to what could only be assumed as rape talk, and I started to get a little worried.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that's okay. What I am saying is, if you're wearing something revealing, expect people that like that revealing clothing to come.
You knowingly wear something that's revealing.
Yes.
And then set your camera up to show it off and show off your, I guess, sexuality. It's sex appeal. Is what it is.
Show your body because you're confident in your body. Show your confidence.
You know for a fact you're going to get some of the weirdos that are going to be objectifying you and saying things, and that's your fault.
And you can make the argument that most of those weirdos are men. And that's true statistically. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Definitely.
I'm not trying to say that men aren't this way. Men are disgusting. Most men are pigs. I agree with that. I think that's true. I think psychologically that's true. And at the end of the day, though, there are pigs out there. If you fucking appeal to these pigs, they're going to come and see what you have to offer.
But, if you're a streamer, a female streamer, and you like using your tits to get viewers, sure, do it. If it gets you views, I'm all for it. Do it. Do whatever you got to do. But don't complain.
Yeah, don't get mad and don't fucking complain when you get something you don't want.
I'm actually glad we're talking about this now because I saw something funny.
What's up?
There was some female streamer. She was really smoking hot, showing off her cleavage and whatnot and everything. But she was really bad at a video game, and some dude was in the stream chat talking about, God, you suck at this game. You should be. This is how you should be doing it and all this. And I'm sitting there laughing because, are you really criticizing the gameplay? Is that all you're focused on?
That's not why we're here, buddy.
That's why he's here. He's here for the gameplay.
He's like, I want that League of Legends, man. I don't know what the game was, but
I actually think it was League.
Yeah, I was gonna say the majority of the time it's League.
Yeah, and that's. I'm with him. Why aren't you following this advice?
If I wear sweatpants, I probably get more fucking women looking at my crotch, right? Because I have sweatpants on.
Get dudes looking too.
Yeah, or dudes, or anyone. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't fucking. I take it as a compliment. It's more so if a guy is looking at my. Because I'm like, holy shit! I'm not only.
They're kind of looking because they want to know if you're walking around with a boner or not. Because then that's really weird.
But it's just like, what the hell, dude? You wore clothing that is revealing. You're gonna get people that are gonna look at you, and that's just how it is. It's same with streams. If you fucking create a stream and you're showing your tits all the time, they're not there for the fucking gameplay, sweetheart.
I will say, I want to talk about something else about this, is the porn stars who became streamers.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. The creeps that come on their streams and talk about that and oh, where's your porn? I saw your pussy and all this shit. That's not the streamer's fault. That's the viewer.
That's the viewer. See, there's other ways it could be looked at.
Yeah,
she did pornography, sure.
That's work.
If she's on stream, she's doing something different.
Yeah, if
they are on stream and they're playing video games, that's what they're doing. And the majority of the time, I would argue those porn stars are wearing shit that's revealing.
Hang on,
maybe. I don't know if they're wearing stuff that's revealing, but they probably are. Why? Because they don't take work home with them.
Yeah, Sasha Grey. is the
Sasha
main
Grey.
one that I'm thinking of. She's an ex porn star who is now more of an internet personality and streamer.
Mm-hmm.
She was a porn star. She did work. That's what it was. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything but work.
Job. It's a job. It's how anyone looks at it. Comedians, fucking political people. It's a job. That's how they look at it.
Yeah, and at that point though, like Sasha Grey doesn't really wear anything too revealing. I think.
Probably not.
I'm looking for Twitch images from Sasha Grey. Yeah, she's wearing normal clothes.
Yeah, it's probably not. You know why? Because that's not the fucking job that she's doing. She is doing video games. She's playing video games for people's entertainment.
Yeah.
That's the job she's doing.
Or doing
She's
cooking
not
streams.
there- Yeah, she's not there for pornography. She's not there to appeal or wear anything skimpy for views. She's there simply to play whatever video game she's playing so that people can watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, this is all normal clothing right here.
I almost guaranteed that was the case because that's not her MO. That's not not how she views.
I will say there are certain streamers out there.
That are
Yeah, like
looking at you, Jake. I'm joking.
hang on. Well, I'm not wearing pants, so I can't. I have to type this out.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
Yep.
You know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
Google it.
I'm.
It's nothing. It's nothing bad though. Trust me.
I am about to.
It's a cosplayer that streams on Twitch quite a lot.
I'm just looking at images of this individual.
Yes.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the person that shows off all the time.
Again, if you do that, you're doing it for that purpose. This individual that we're looking at just has her bust in the camera
All the time.
So, that's on them.
Not that there's
That's how they
anything
wanna
wrong
get
with
their
it.
views. No one's saying anything's wrong with it. But, like, when you get fucking...
I mean, if a guy wants to show his tits off to try to get more viewers, sure.
Right.
Then again, we don't do that. We kind of do dumb shit like trying to do a 24-hour stream.
Oh, God.
Sometimes of us just cooking on a porch. I'm not making that up, by the way. That was a real thing.
Cooking on a porch?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, there were Twitch streamers that died during like those 24-hour streams and stuff.
Jesus.
Do you remember these stories?
No. I didn't hear of anyone dying.
Oh yeah, they hang on.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not going to look up Sasha Grey's videos later. They're out there. Oh, jeez. Right.
Yeah, there was a Twitch streamer who died during a 24-hour stream.
Oh, yep. That's awful.
These are the people that, let's say he got up to go smoke roughly 22 hours into his stream. Viewer assumed he'd fallen asleep. However, a friend saw him on Discord and sent him a message. The person who responded wasn't the guy. It was a detective.
Hey. That's awful.
Yeah, like...
How does something like that occur? How do they die?
Drugs, bad health, things like that.
24 hours is a long time to go without sleep. I understand that. But I've done that in my lifetime. In fact, the longest I've stayed up was 28 hours.
2 days.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done 2 days.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Did it by accident or?
Could not sleep. Then again, I have slept for 2 days before, but I was extremely sick.
Hey, got the vid. I get it. No, I'm joking.
No, this was years ago. I got like really bad sick, and I just slept for like a few days straight.
Oh God.
I was purging the sickness from my body through sleep.
That's what they say, man. Um. Jeez.
Hang on. Apparently, We Love Cara Dune is trending.
Oh. That's
I don't
lovely.
know why. I don't know why it's trending. I'm kind of confused.
I don't know, man. It's trending.
Some people are still trying to get her fired from The Mandalorian. How about you fuck off?
Yeah, they won't though, cause Dave won't allow it.
Dave and oh fuck, what's his name? Oh, who's the other? Who's the main creator of The Mandalorian? Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
There is an inside civil war going on at Lucasfilms.
Hmm.
And it's mainly Kathleen Kennedy and her people that are fighting, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are just like, okay. Like, there was like someone on Kathleen Kennedy's team made fun of Star Wars Theory because he cried at the Luke Skywalker reveal.
What a piece of shit.
Everyone who was a fan of Star Wars cried during that reveal.
Pretty much, man. I had to hold back tears.
That guy made fun of all of us when he did that. And we fucking got on his ass for it, too. And I'm, like, really hoping Kathleen Kennedy and her people are just gone. I don't want them.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
See,
Let's see.
we only have a few more things to talk about, and I'm trying to add things as well as we're going. Like with
Yep.
the Kathleen Kennedy thing.
So, there's not really a good way to transition into this, but conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories. Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory?
Lizard people.
Really? That's your go-to favorite one?
Yeah, man. Lizard people will rule it all.
Yeah, the lizard people are behind everything.
Behind everything. It's my favorite theory because it's almost believable. Almost. Except for the fact that you're like, well, they can't be giant lizards, okay?
V. Have you
Yeah.
seen the show V?
No.
Yeah, you might like that. Except the aliens. Except the lizards are aliens.
I can believe that, though. That's another theory, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite conspiracy theory, but there are a lot of them.
There's the hollow earth theory.
That's the main theory, and that's where part of the lizard people theory comes
Yeah,
from, is
yeah,
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, hollow earth, man.
Yeah, I read that book too.
It's weird. You're like
Yeah, there's the Illuminati
Illuminati.
conspiracy.
I mean, they're printed on our money, man.
I bring
But-
this up because are you familiar with Deus Ex?
I've heard of you're talking about the video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of the video
It starts off like, first off, Deus Ex is the world is controlled by the Illuminati,
Mhm.
such, and then like augmentations become a thing. If you look at lore videos and people talking about the lore and history of Deus Ex, it sounds real. Like, it sounds like stuff that's happening like in our own world. Like, that's how believable it is.
Yeah.
And like, there's the Illuminati that are in control of this stuff, or that are trying to be, and then there's like a splinter group in the Illuminati called the Malevolent 12 or whatever. And then that comes a thing. And so my question to you is, what if conspiracy theories were real?
Well, okay. Speaking to the Illuminati one, I could see that as being 100% real.
Really?
Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense to me. There's a group out there that is fucking. They're just controlling the puppets, man.
Yeah, now, like, really, as of now, it's a lot more believable.
Yeah, there's shit we don't understand that is happening behind our backs, and we don't necessarily have to understand it. We just know that it's happening. I could see that as being a real thing. You know, there has to be someone that's on top, right?
Yeah.
There has to be. There has to be a number one person that's just at the top. And if it's a group of number one people, I could believe that.
Like, so, just like imagine all these conspiracy theories, like the really good ones that are very in depth and people talk about and have, like, just imagining if they're real, talking about the Illuminati being one of them, how there's an organization in the shadows that are controlling everything by means of politics and marketing and the economy, which is really a lot more believable when you say it out loud like that.
If you really look at it, the economy is fake. It's just a concept that we have all agreed upon. Why have we agreed upon it? You and I were born into this system, so we kind of just went with the flow, right? But realistically, when men first started living, when human beings started living on the earth, money was not a concept back then. Survival was.
Well, I mean, if you give monkeys a bunch of dollars, they'll eventually start using it to pay for shit.
They will. It's a weird
They did this. This
concept,
was a concept. Joe Rogan.
It's a study. Yeah, I've heard Joe Rogan talk about it.
Yeah, and he's like, they eventually started doing it to pay for pussy.
For prostitution. Yep. Hey.
So there's more.
But it's just generally a weird concept that we've given this paper, this object. I don't have actual dollars, but this paper, monetary value. Like this has worth. Okay, I give you this whatever service,
and it controls our lives.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. It's just a piece of paper. This doesn't have any real.
If you were to take this to if you were to take $1 to some fucking third country tribe that has no concept of the rest of the world like we do, and like give them $1 and be like, "Now you do things for me,"
yeah,
they would fucking stab you and leave you for dead.
Kill you, dude, and then eat you.
Because they have no true concept of money. There's no monetary value to it.
This thing turned into this physical object turned into this. It's all electronic now, right? Like I don't carry a lot of physical cash on me anymore these days, right? It's all electronic.
Yeah.
What would happen if a fucking solar flare hit the Earth, which could kill every electronic here on planet Earth?
Oh, we lose all our money.
Is there some fucking weird organization that keeps the paper, like keeps the numbers written down in a book physically?
The Illuminati.
Yeah, probably. They're probably the ones that are controlling everything.
Yeah, a lot of people don't hold any real weight to Rick and Morty, but go back to the episode where the council, where the aliens have control of the Earth now, and Rick is like, "Watch me destroy the economy or destroy the government by changing a 1 to a 0." And sure enough, it does.
Yeah, I'll do it for money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But now that, like, once you really start talking about it out loud, and especially nowadays, the concept of an Illuminati group being a real thing isn't that far out there.
It's not, especially with the whole GameStop thing. Somebody told Robinhood to stop having that stock on there, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of people believe it to be the hedge funders, which would make 100% sense. They probably paid that motherfucker to remove it from his app, but
who told the hedge funders?
Yeah, there's someone out there that was like, hey, stop doing that.
Yeah. And
So
they control the world through advertisement, marketing, economy, and politics.
if you look at it this way, which you 100% can, uh, GameStop, all these people investing in GameStop can crash the entire stock market, right? So somebody's got to jump in there and say, hey, if you fuck up the economy like that, people are gonna go fucking crazy. All right, don't do that. You're gonna fuck with everything. And who's saying that? The lizard people, or the Illuminati, or whatever you want, the aliens, right? Regular human beings that are just above all, absolute power, have absolute power. Donald Trump, if you're super to the left and that's what you believe in.
I just sent you a video that you can look at like after the stream. It doesn't need to be looked at right now.
All right.
But I want you to watch that and then get back to me on it because everything in this Deus Ex lore video sounds extremely realistic.
Yep. So another popular theory that's out there is whether or not the Earth is round or if it's flat.
Flat Earth Society.
Yep.
Motherfuckers.
We're going after you guys hard.
All right, first off, what do you think about Flat Earth?
It's not a thing.
Okay.
There's no way that it's a thing. And you know what convinced me 100% that it's not a thing? Carl Sagan explaining how the Earth is round.
Okay.
I think I pronounced his last name wrong. But he has two pillars coming out of an object, right? These two pillars. He's outside in the sun, so this ain't going to work inside my apartment. But these cast shadows, right?
Yeah.
If they're standing like this, they're going to cast the same length shadow. Unless you do this. Then they're going to cast this shadow, because it's closer to the sun, that being the sun over there, is going to cast a shorter shadow than this one is. Okay? That is the one theory that I was like, holy shit, that makes sense.
Here's the thing, though. One of the ways they will disprove this. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm speaking from the side of the flat earther here. There are people in the flat earth that believe flat earth, and they believe that there's a dome.
How?
Good question. They don't have an answer.
How? How does that make sense? There's a dome, okay? If there's a dome, then how am I able to fly that way and eventually reach the same point?
No, you don't. You don't. They don't have an answer, but you don't.
I just don't reach the same point?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've done that, okay, because I haven't, right? But we have people that have done that or have attempted to. We have people that have flown all the way around the world. How did the Japanese get from fucking
they started
Japan?
Right here and did a circle.
the short I don't know, man. God. I don't think so. It time-wise, it just doesn't make sense, right?
All right, so here's the thing.
Days to fly from Japan to here. It took them a couple of hours.
These people believe that Antarctica,
yeah,
you can't take a GPS or a compass there because it doesn't work. Like, that's because of the magnetic pole there, dumbass.
We have explained that, measured that, and quantified that scientifically as to why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, they believe that it's like a pond, or a lake, and the outskirts are not the highest point, but that's just like the edge of the lake, like unlike a pancake or whatnot. And that supposedly the Antarctica is like all around the world, and that's the end.
I was gonna say the ice wall. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, that's what they believe in all this.
They have a legit group that is gonna go to Antarctica to try to find the ice wall.
Here's another thing that they believe. If the sun truly emits heat and all this stuff, then how come when we get into high points like Antarctica or Mount Everest or whatever, it gets colder?
Because you're getting further away into space, man.
Yeah, because of the atmosphere, dumbass.
Yeah, it's the atmosphere, man. There's not oxygen up there either.
Yeah, it gets colder.
You know, there's a vacuum in space. Do you understand what a vacuum is? That means nothing. There's no particles at fucking all in a vacuum. Okay.
Oh, what about
Now,
solar energy then, huh?
so, solar energy.
Explain to me solar power.
The sun emits.
No, it doesn't.
I can't. I actually can't explain that.
Solar. The sun emits a very specific type of radiation,
Yeah.
and because of that comes through our atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
That releases a very specific energy. Radiation is a type of energy.
Right.
It's harmful, but it's still energy.
Yeah.
Solar panels are built to absorb that specific type of energy and convert it into power.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these flat earther people will say, no, that's not true.
Now, solar panels are a recent thing, recent in human history.
Yes.
That being. They haven't been around forever. Flat earthers have been around for longer than that. So, like, because we came up with this new technology, they have to come up say that it's bogus and doesn't work.
Yeah, like, how is the earth flat? Give me true proof that it's actually flat.
Okay, if it's flat, why do we have something called gravity and stick to just this?
No. They have an answer for this. You
Sure.
ready for this shit?
Yeah.
It's buoyancy.
Okay.
Like on water, like a basketball. Oh, it falls from the air because it's heavier than air, but it can float on water.
Because it's lighter than water?
Yeah.
Now,
that's their explanation. That's their actual explanation.
Air is technically a fluid, but...
It's a gas.
Right, it's a gas, but you could look at it as a... But, how does it stay here? How does it not just go somewhere else? If it's the lightest...
Because we have a dome.
We're in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
The dome is round.
Before we go on, I'd like to ask another question. Like, how come we're the only one that's flat?
Yeah.
Explain to me that one. Why is Mars a globe?
Where does the sun go?
Oh.
The underside of the flat plane? Okay.
I don't actually know this one. Like, another thing they try to explain from what I was listening to is the moon. Alright.
It can't be a flat plane, right? Because we can dig down and we can go up. So it can't be a flat plane. It could be a chunk of something.
Yeah, I'll get to this. Like, so they tried to explain the moon, and so this was on the Dick Show, by the way. I'll send you a link to this, actually, because you might want to listen to it later on by yourself, because it is actually kind of funny. But, they try to, like, oh, but the moon is this, and it's like, so Dick asks, so what's the moon? And he's like, good question. And yeah, good question, but you don't have a fucking answer, do you?
They'll find an answer. That's the issue.
Yeah. And, like, it's like if you leave a steak out, like a raw steak out in the moonlight, it'll decay much faster than it would in sunlight, because the sunlight purifies. And, like, you know how you want to know how I can prove that the sun doesn't purify? I've gotten sunburnt.
Yeah.
It was immediate radiated heat from my body from that burn.
Now let me...
that alone disproves that.
It's so ridiculous, man. Flat Earth just doesn't make sense. We can claim that the moon landing was fake or whatever. Sure, you can claim that. Do I believe that?
And like, they say that, like, the closer you get to the moon, the more heat it will have. And, like, that's not how that fucking light works. So, I can also disprove their whole moon thing. The sun still emits energy and radiation, and it hits the moon, too. The moon is literally absorbing that. It's a rock. What do they say
about the people that are living in the International Space Station?
Oh, they're lying. They're paid off.
these people are literally flying around the, well, actually, not necessarily flying around the Earth. The Earth is rotating, and they can see the full rotation of the Earth.
Yeah,
but
another
stay
thing they tried to do was the you remember the guy who did the base jump from the atmosphere?
Yeah, yeah.
They like tried to use that to prove that the Earth is flat.
Because he went up far enough that he could see the edge.
Yeah, and like how
But
he jumped and somehow he landed in New Mexico.
it,
Like, are
it
you
was a big
saying
thing.
if the
I like
Earth
New Mexico
if the
and
Earth rotates, why did he land in New Mexico?
because he was with the rotation of the Earth, man.
Did you get that video I sent you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. But and like they try to, so going back, I'm ready to not only disprove flat Earth, but to prove gravity. You ready for this?
Oh,
The frisbee.
the frisbee.
Yeah. One of their big things about in flat Earth is electricity and how the sun is electricity and all this, and how if you put a plant in a fluorescent light and put a plant in front of fire, the sun, which isn't true by the way. Fire is completely different from what the sun is.
Yeah.
And all
Fire-
this and
Fire
how
doesn't ionizing radiation, man.
yeah, and all this stuff. So I'm ready to disprove flat Earth society and to prove gravity is real with the help of the frisbee.
What's up?
So they one of the things they try to do is buoyancy in the basketball and heavier than air but lighter than water and everything.
Yeah.
Well, first off, the frisbee is heavier than air.
Right.
So it will fall to the ground.
Right.
However,
Yeah.
it can both float and sink in the water depending on how it's placed. Explain to me that one, geniuses.
It's true. Guys are freaks. They don't understand it, man.
Not only that, if I throw a frisbee, it's not being moved with any kind of opposite or reactive magnetism.
Right.
It's not being moved with electricity. It's being moved with kinetic energy.
Yeah.
The kinetic force for me throwing it propels it forward.
And if you have a weak ass arm, it's just gonna hit the ground.
Eventually, but it will move, but not that far, or in a very weird way. But, you ready? When you throw a frisbee, it doesn't really go straight, does it?
No.
It curves.
Yeah.
It goes at a
Usually.
curve.
Yeah.
It might go straight up and then start heading down, but that's still a curve.
Yeah.
That right there proves that the Earth has a curvature.
Yeah. You know, the
I've
you can't.
Go ahead.
If you stand on a highway, right? Typically highways are flat plains, flat relative to, right? However, if you stand on this highway, you can only see 7 miles in front of you because you will not be able to see what's past that 7 miles because of the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
That's just a fucking fact, okay? If there is a large body of water and a helicopter stays with the level of the water and flies out, you're gonna stop seeing the fucking helicopter once it reaches 7 miles away from you.
Yeah. But seriously,
You will-
I just proved that the Earth has a curvature. And I've just proved gravity. Because I disproved your buoyancy effect, because a fucking frisbee can float in water, but
Yeah.
it can also sink.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And
the
to this electricity and magnetism in the air, the Earth has an electromagnetic field. Dumbass. I've just done it. I have
Yep.
used the children's toy to completely disprove flat Earth and prove gravity.
flat Earth isn't a thing that just isn't. It might have been something that we believed way before we could understand anything. But
Even then,
if you
people
really-
in Greece
Yeah,
were
if you
proving
really
that
sit-
the Earth is a globe.
if you sit there and you think about it, it has to be a globe. It just has to be. Mathematically, it makes 100% sense. It makes the most sense it could ever make. Okay, mathematically.
If you,
Physically, it makes sense as well.
yeah, and bringing back of that thing with the pencils and the poles that you were doing, if you
Yeah.
were to put a sundial, disprove the sundial down.
Yeah. The sun's going to go from one end to the other. That shadow's going to change the entire time.
Yeah. If the sun was just going in a straight line, it would only change once the sun got to the other side, wouldn't it?
So if the sun was if the sun was going in a straight line, the shadow would also change in just a straight line. But it doesn't. It curves.
Hey, this is how people use to tell time.
Yeah.
The position of the sun or a shadow.
Yeah, the shadow of the tree turns and curves. It makes an arc. Unless you have your shadow or your point of your object, unless you have your object exactly in line with the sun, east to west, then it would just be a straight line, right? The majority of the time, you're not going to be directly in line with the sun unless you're physically in line with it on the earth, right? That's hard to do, though. It means you have to travel to wherever the sun goes in an exact straight line across, which is different every time.
I want flat earthers to come after us. I want you to disprove my frisbee.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, man.
Come on the show. Come on the show and disprove my frisbee theory. I am a frisbee theorist. I'm a frisbeetarian, and I believe in the great frisbee in the sky. Come at me, flat Earth. I just given you a challenge. I have the one theory that disproves flat Earth and proves gravity.
Buoyancy doesn't work, man. That's not a thing. That's not how that works. I could sink in water. I could go up in air.
I can float on water.
Yeah.
I can sink in water.
Yeah. That's not how that works, man.
It's just a thing. But yeah, that was my whole flat Earth society thing.
Yep.
And me trying to disprove them. So I have something else as well.
What's up?
When I first originally wanted to do the podcast, this was a long time ago. Another thing that I did was write topics as well.
Oh, there we go.
And I want to go through these just to see what you think and whatnot. The first topic that I had was The Walking Dead, Rick's last episode, The Whisperers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Do you remember that? Were you into The Walking Dead at all?
I was into The Walking Dead. Yeah, he got taken, right?
Yeah, he died in the show, in the comic.
Right.
Also,
out there.
Carl didn't die. Yeah, he's getting a new like 3 movies or something.
Yeah, something like that. Carl didn't die in the comics.
Carl lived. He also married Sophia.
Yeah, but in the TV show, he became a bro.
Yeah, like they're giving his story in the comics to his little sister.
Yeah.
Who died, by the way, in the comics with Lori.
Yeah. But whatever.
Also, Lori was completely different in the comics. I liked Lori in the comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I had on here. The Victoria's Secret transgender apology.
Oh, I haven't heard about that, but
when was that? I know it was a while ago, but this was like 2 years ago. They made like some anti-trans comments.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that was like one of the things that I had to talk about. It probably would have been a big deal back then too, if we did this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Police in Dubai begin training on hovering motorbikes.
That's cool.
That's fucking awesome.
That's cool.
That's bordering on sci-fi level stuff now.
Yeah, yeah. Amazon delivering packages through drones. That's wicked. They have a giant fucking blimp that just has thousands of drones that come.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. We have the Thousand Oaks shooting.
I don't know about that one. I don't know that one.
That was in California, I believe.
Yikes.
Yeah, the Thousand Oaks shooting. Mass shooting took place November 7th, 2018 in Thousand Oaks, California at the Borderline Bar and Grill.
Lovely.
Yeah, that was a thing. Let's see here. People we used to watch on YouTube.
Tobuscus.
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, we've talked about this topic, yeah.
Yeah, and how they're kind of gone now, and there's not really a lot to watch on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, I used to watch Smosh a lot.
Old school Smosh.
Old school. They still have Smosh, but it ain't.
It's not the same.
No, Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, I still watch Philly D.
There you go.
Philip DeFranco, but he's still doing the same thing he's been doing. Nothing's really changed.
I used to watch Markiplier and PewDiePie.
I did.
I used to watch.
I have nothing against Markiplier. I fully support Markiplier. I like that he's still doing it. I like that he's doing his thing. I just absolutely hate his content.
I watched. Who else did I watch?
SSOHPKC.
Yeah.
The Creatures, Gassy Mexican, and all that. Although I still kind of watch them, especially since Seamus has come back. Cyanide and Happiness. That's still a thing now.
It's still a thing. It's still good. It's still what it is. What it was.
Old school Rooster Teeth was amazing.
Yeah.
I got in trouble and was banned from watching Red vs. Blue, but I still watched it. I went to my grandparents' house and watched it.
It's a funny show, but
It used to be funny.
Yeah.
Arby and the Chief.
I don't know that one.
Yo, you don't?
I don't know that one.
You gotta watch it. Look it up and watch it.
Arby and the Chief.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Another thing was Machinima, when that was still a thing.
Yeah.
What was another thing on Machinima? It was oh fuck! It was a Robot Chicken-ass show that was on Machinima. I have to look it up now.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking for it, so you could probably fill in some of the airtime here. Sanity Not Included, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Old school Sanity, the first 3 seasons.
Yep. YouTube was a different thing back then.
YouTube was a monster back then.
YouTube wasn't popular back then. YouTube was not super big. I don't know. YouTube started in 2005, and it didn't become a popular thing till I was in middle school. Yeah. Some weird YouTube videos back in the day, that are memes now.
Yeah, man, YouTube used to be great.
Ugh,
Still go back and watch some of the old.
Mm-hmm.
I miss old school Rooster Teeth. I don't like watching their content anymore, and it's just different. I'm not gonna say it's bad because there are people out there who like it, but it's different than what it used to was.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see here. The campfire, California's most destructive wildfire.
Oh, Jesus.
You know where you lived. You should have expected that.
Yeah, yeah.
The F1 driver narrowly avoids a bird while at high speed.
Have you seen one of them guys hit a deer? I don't think it was an F1 driver that hit a deer, but it was a race car.
Watch those people going really fucking fast and they hit something and it just turns into a red mist.
It's hilarious. They're going like 200 miles an hour and they weigh a lot, so
yeah. And then like the last thing I have here, plane hijack alert after captain presses the wrong button.
I don't know.
This was like 3 years ago, so don't remember most of this.
Yeah.
But this is episode 10.
Episode 10, man. We've made 10 of these.
We've hit our first milestone, and this is the first 2-hour episode.
Yeah. I think this is the first 2-hour episode. First time we broke 2 hours.
Yeah. This is the first milestone. We once we hit episode 10, our next milestone is 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next milestone after that is 50.
Yep.
But yeah, this is the first major milestone. How does it feel?
So it's good.
Yeah. We do need to get a guest on at some point. That's something that we really need to do.
Yes.
What about getting your girlfriend on for one of these?
You could see about doing it.
She doesn't even have to stay the whole time.
Yeah, it'd be a little harder because I don't have 2 sets of headphones.
Do you have any earbuds?
Yeah,
You
but
can
my
use that.
computer doesn't have Bluetooth.
Not AirPods.
It'd be hard to get 2 of these functioning at the same time. Is what I'm getting at. I'd have to get a splitter, but it's possible.
I don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
You remember the wired earbuds? Like you just put 2 of them in your ears and then you plug the plug in.
I don't have enough plugins. I only got 1 plug-in on this computer.
You only have to use one. You have one in one ear and she has the other one in another ear.
Oh, gotcha.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Paris needs to come on at some point.
Yep.
But we do need to get some guests at some point. We're working on it.
Yes.
But first milestone has been beaten, and I think after 2 hours now, I think this is a good time as any to end the show.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will be back next week, if nothing happens. Not making any promises from now on, though. It's either we do it or we don't.
Yep.
But this has been the Out of Spite podcast, episode 10. Anything to say?
See you guys in the next one.
All right.